Our next speaker is the younger speaker in the competition this year. He is a Year 11 student from Logan Park High School in Dunedin. His name is Jacobi Kohu Morris.
My speech coach, she came and spoke to me about this great opportunity about race unity and the speech awards for the Baha'i community. And I said, well, yes, because I thought that the Māori quote and the Baha'i quote were something that I could really resonate with. And I thought doing a speech on that would be quite easy because, you know, something that you feel so passionately about is easy to talk about. My views are that we should reaffirm the points of the Treaty of Waitangi, because I believe that, we have to, reaffirm those intentions, because they are good intentions of, everyone working together. But I think we should, properly address biculturalism before we can address all of the benefits and get all the benefits of multiculturalism.
Tēnā koutou katoa, ni hao, talofa lava, g'day mate. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you all. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Now you may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and our world will be as one. John Lennon perfectly encapsulates my dream for Aotearoa, New Zealand. Ko tai te kōwhao o te nira e kuhana ai te mero mā, te mero pango, me te mero whero. There is but one eye of the needle, which the white thread, the black thread, and the red thread traverse. We are all New Zealanders in our minds and in our hearts, which makes my dream for Aotearoa very simple. Equality. Equality in the way that we share in this country's prosperity, in the way that we distribute all of our resources, and in the way that we treat others in our society, regardless of their skin colour or their race. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my dream, but it is most certainly not the reality. New Zealand is a place of growing inequality. Māori tribes are constantly disputing with the government, and there is so much difference in social standards for Māori, Pacifica, Asian and Pākehā people. That is why I'm standing here to call for major change on a local, regional and national scale. Because I believe that New Zealand can become a vibrant hub of global comradeship, where everyone, regardless of their skin colour, their race, their background, they can get ahead without the scar that inequality leaves deep in our communities. We must stand united as one nation today, because the response that we make to today's problems, that will determine the impact on tomorrow. You know, our ancestors, they came to New Zealand in search of a more prosperous life. But conflicts began to arise. Battles and wars broke out, and before we know it, the Treaty of Waitangi was created in an attempt to install the vital fortitudes of trust, peace, and liberty. New Zealand's people, they had the right intentions. You know, we all stood together in a single mission of trying to create a united nation that looked forward to the future with hope. But what started out with good intentions ended up being totally confused, because the world was rapidly changing. And New Zealand had to realise this, or we would be left behind. Our ancestors did realise this, but in their efforts they didn't quite complete the whole mission. And that is why I'm standing here to suggest to you all that we must reaffirm the same good intentions of Te Tiriti o Waitangi. Because going forward we must be recognised as one nation, of one united peoples with shared ancestral roots, shared backgrounds and shared histories. Otherwise, this country will continue to go down that same road of inequality that we are today. I don't want to let that happen. This is my home. This is your home. This is our home. Every single fibre of every single thread they all, whether it's black, white or red, they all traverse together. And that symbolises every person, every family and every ancestor of the races and cultures that contribute to making New Zealand such a diverse, vibrant and multicultural nation. And I believe that every single one of those people, they matter and they count. Because we were all created equal. And we always will be. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for my own little Martin Luther King Jr. moment. I hope you're sitting comfortably. We must never be judged by the colour of our skin, the language of our tongue, or the beliefs of our faith, because that is not who we are, and that is not what we do. Recognising this will play an integral part in creating the kind of unity that is so desperately required to heal the wounds of our unjust past. Because how can our kuia weave all of our people together in a bond of strength, harmony and resilience if the virus of inequality continues to spread and sicken our society? The reality is this country was built on the base of foreign immigration, which, don't you think in itself, recognises the need for racial equality? Before we can fully embrace all of the benefits of multiculturalism, we must take a step back and fully embody all of the principles and responsibilities of biculturalism. Māori will always have a special place here in Aotearoa. We are the unique tangata whenua, the people of the land. But we must also welcome in all the new people to our shores, the manuhiri, because the influx of new people brings a wealth of fresh ideas, new innovation, and the sharing of culture, experience and knowledge. But the influx of new people also brings bitter conflict, bitter disagreement, and bitter unrest. And that is why it is our responsibility to ensure that we can see past these conflicts. I have 3 words: sort it out. And I have 3 solutions. 1, we must hasten the treaty settlement process. Why? Because there's a process of healing. Māori are beginning to share their accounts of the early history that built this nation. I believe that if we learn from our past, we can correct to suit for a more prosperous future for everyone. 2, we must pump all of our resources into equalising social standards to ensure that everyone of every race has the same opportunity to succeed in our society. And 3, we must celebrate all of the races and cultures that make up New Zealand to exemplify that vibrant hub of global comradeship that we aspire to be. United we stand, but divided, ladies and gentlemen, we fall. And as a small country, how can we afford to be divided? How can we expect our country to perform competitively abroad if we are at war with ourselves at home? We must stand together to implement the desperately needed changes that I discussed earlier to ensure that we can be truly prosperous. Now, you may say that I'm a dreamer, but I don't think I'm the only one, because I believe that whatever colour you are, black, white, red, indigo, pink, we all enter the same eye of the needle. He aha te mea nui o te ao, he tangata, he tangata, he tangata. Tēnā tātou katoa.
I'm thinking about going to law and politics over the next few years. I've applied at Youth Parliament and won a seat for Winston Peters. So, that's a great opportunity. It's really a great experience. I'm really happy to be here. There's some great people in there, and just hearing their views about race relations is something that I'm really enjoying. And the debating in there got quite heated, but it was really fun at the same time. And I think it's great that we have the support of the Human Rights Commission.